Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Nigerians are not smiling at all, and it looks like the person in the radar this time around is none other than the humanitarian minister. I'm talking about Sadiya Farouq, as they have come seriously for her. In fact, the whole social media is agog over this, as the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management and Social Development used her official Facebook page to inform the public that HM Sadiya Farouq was part of the webinar termed Human Trafficking and the COVID-19 Pandemic, the Learning Curve, commiserating with the World Day Against Human Trafficking. But angry Empower beneficiaries who have been excited with her payment of June and July stipends use the opportunity to call her out. And I tell you, it's a serious matter. We're going to go read through some of the comments. Honestly, Nigerians have no joy right now when it comes to issues of, finances. Poverty index in Nigeria is on the high note. Don't forget that this whole Empower issue was one of the brainchild of the Vice President of Nigeria. I'm talking about Professor Yemi Osibajo, His Excellency, and he brought it out just to quell the issue of unemployment. But it looks like the aim is gradually fading out as Empower users, Empower beneficiaries have taken to their social media to call her out in every platform she finds herself in. Even if it's not related to Empower, they are giving it to her real good. As they said, the entire nation, this one here is saying, we're going to read through some of their comments, and some of them are really very bold. They really called her out. And so most of them are actually from her side. So some parts are from, most of these Empower beneficiaries are from some parts of the north. This one here is saying the entire nation has lost confidence in you. How come the institutionalization of NSIP/Empower brought agony, misery, and untold hardship to beneficiaries? This ministry has painted itself black. APC is gradually winding up. This one here is saying, honestly, nobody is happy with this woman. The psychometric test we are passing through this period is too difficult. Our patience have been translated into long patience and long suffering. We are weeping in spirit. Our God no go shame us, so we must still survive. This one here is saying, Madam, we shall never know peace in this world and in thereafter. The way you handled us, God shall also handle you the same way. You hold our 2 months stipend, even in this festive period, you refuse to pay. You are a total disgrace to humanity and nothing Muslim women. Okay, let me quickly say this here very quickly. She had actually come out and said the reason why some of them were not paid, okay, because sometimes we get to hear one part of the story, we don't balance it with the other. This was her excuse, that some of these guys in Empower who are beneficiaries of Empower, that their names appear in other parastatals, which means, what it means is this, that some of these beneficiaries of Empower work in other establishments. So technically speaking, they get paid in Empower and also get paid in their parastatal, making it dual. So the whole aim is almost defeated, because if you are already earning salary or earning some sort of stipends or getting paid somewhere, then you have no business in Empower. Allow those who do not have anything, to benefit and partake in the whole program, so that they also can also benefit. So when she discovered this, she had to, she decided not to pay those sets of persons, their stipends. I'm just speaking the other balanced part of the story, so that we also have a fair knowledge of what went wrong. Okay, but let's continue. This one here is saying, you were brought in power to mock the Nigerian youth. Initially, you stated that you don't understand the essence of Empower. 5 million people applied for it. Now, this one here is saying, distinguished fellow citizens and patriotic graduates, they did not promise us empowerment, but employment. Can you say Empower is an employment? Come on. To pay stipends for 2 months, they can't even pay it. Just to pay stipends for 2 months, they can't pay. Why? Because they are inhuman, irresponsible, and incompetent. Let us prove to them that democracy is government of the people by voting new political party with fresh citizens to be our political leaders. If possible, you and I can get on in the game. But we need to speak in one voice, as one youth. Let the Youth Lead Coalition of Nigeria is the movement of some patriotic youth that talk about true practice of democracy and its dividends. Okay, this one is talking about joining a new party that can make a change. Okay, this one here is saying, tell disaster minister to stop destroying Empower volunteers and their families. And we are still praying for that woman day and night. She will definitely regret this. Okay, this one here is saying, I have gone through some of the comments here, but I realized that no one single comment here that commend her of what she's doing in the ministry. Oh God, disaster minister, please change your ways of doing things, because I see a bad end for you. Come on, you pray for them, you don't wish them evil. I understand the pains and all that, but also a lot of bureaucracies that go on in this. I'm not speaking for her really, but I'm just sometimes you may not understand. Maybe she may be at the helms of affairs signing things. Okay, yes, it's also not an excuse. She should have at least gone down, but praying against that, I think you should let there be some sort of round table discussion around this. Okay, let her find out what I mean is stakeholders meeting. Let her find out what is the pains of the common Empower person or Empower beneficiary. How come she's unable to reach out to them effectively? And if there are persons who are already on the platform and already gotten a job, by all means disengage them so that we give room for others who truly needs this. Communication is key in this part, so that she doesn't feel she's doing a good job, just that these guys are not appreciating her, while the beneficiaries are feeling that she's deliberately mocking and humiliating them without paying them that little stipend that is not that just 30,000 naira. But that just or not, it makes a lot of meaning and sense to the average Nigerian who have nothing to look up to other than God and, of course, the stipends for those who are actually beneficiaries. Anyway, but let's continue. This one here is saying, the look on her face shows worry. This 500k youth you chose to punish can be used in a productive way to your own advantage, but now you have ended up creating an atmosphere of distrust in them, and they so detest you with passion. If I were you, I will find a way to redeem my image. A good name will take you and your generation far, because as it stands, this youth will never forget what you did to them and may not forgive your children and relatives. This one here is saying, your wickedness will deteriorate your party image and reputation. 5-month backlog. Okay, this one here is saying, is delaying in payment Empower beneficiaries that the stipends and continuous holding them their devices part of the agreement signed? It's a question. This one here is saying, you can only hold our stipends, but you can't hold our breath. God knows God will make our life long God will make us live long to see the end of our enemies. So God will grant us opportunity to help them and show them true kindness. This one here is saying, Madam, how will you feel during this festival if your biological children are among the beneficiaries? In fact, the statement goes on, and all of them seem to be saying the same thing. Anger, wailing, frustration, disgruntlement is all over the internet. This one here is saying, may God treat you the way you treated us. Empower beneficiary passed the vote of no confidence on you. The truth of the matter is, who cares about your vote of no confidence? The truth be told, the electorate in Nigeria, their voice don't count, at least not for the now. Maybe in future it may count. Maybe in the way past, those days in the past, maybe it counted. But I'm talking about now. your votes don't count. Your voice may count, but your vote doesn't count. So it's for you now all to work up and ensure that your vote counts, not your voice. When it's time for elections, voting the people you can hold accountable, not the people who, when they get there, they believe they're doing you a favor, and this is what you get. But I'm not speaking for her. I'm not speaking against her. I'm only just telling us what the feelers are out there concerning this issue, and the fact that Nigerians are not keeping quiet over, especially the empowered people, concerning what is going on. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. What's your take on this? What do you think about empowered beneficiaries? During the time of elections, they came out and said sign Buhari 2023. And Nigerians were like, why are you people doing all this? Is it because of? They said no, because once President Mahmoud Buhari leaves the stage, the Empower initiative dies, because truly it was the initiative bettered by the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. We have this tradition of never continuing with a project if there's a change in government. So hence they voted en masse for the continuation of this dispensation. You can imagine their root shock after being voted in, and they're now being owed 5 months of their stipends in arrears and still no hope of payment. But of course, the humanitarian minister have come in to say, and the bank say, look, we have paid all the people we need to pay, but just that this particular 500,000 people or thereabout are not they're not supposed to be there because they are receiving dual salaries. Let's put in that comment section. Let's interact. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more updates on this. Have a nice day.